cycles. Take a listen.
I have to be more of a scoring threat when Kevin's not out there. I have to, I really try to push the pace more when he's not out there. When Kevin's out there, we all have the luxury of just saying, okay, that set didn't work. We still got this guy to just throw a ball to and get out the way. That luxury isn't there anymore. And also I think, with Kevin being out, we're trying to make up 37 points a game. Right. We're not going to make those 37 points a game up just by walking the ball up the floor and thinking we're going to have the same thrust in running a set as if Kevin is on the floor. So how do you make up those points? Get extra possessions, get the pace to where you want it to be, get some easy buckets.
All right, Max, Draymond being very transparent there that his role changed significantly when Kevin Durant is not on the court, and we know he is ruled out for Game 1. Max, do you like, love, or hate those comments by Draymond?
Love them by Draymond, who is a truly great player. It's like, what would happen if Dennis Rodman had an offense? Oh, Draymond Green. He's not quite the defender Robin was, but he's up there. And he has an offense. Stephen A., he's always been the second most important player on the Warriors behind Steph. Obviously, KD's better. But he's what makes the Warriors the Warriors. He's like not even number 2. He's 1B. Steph is 1A, he's 1B. He's Steph Curry's pick and roll partner. He's the guy who allowed them to play 5 out. He's the guy who revolutionized the era by showing you don't need to be a rim defender necessarily to hold it down at the 5 if you swarm to the ball. He can put the ball on the floor. He can, remember back in the day, Anthony Mason, could he play the point forward? Well, he's that, except he can also shoot from the outside. Put the ball on the floor, make good decisions. He's an excellent passer. The shooting goes up and down, but he can do that if you need him to. And Stephen A., when you need Draymond Green most, he is a truly great player. Had the Cavs not won Game 7 at Oracle several years ago, the 73-win team Warriors, Draymond Green was that close. He was about to be the Finals MVP. I love everything he just said. Draymond is comfortable in his own skin. He's comfortable being Draymond Green and being transparent about it, and it shows. And it's one of the reasons he's so good under pressure.
Well, I would say to you, Max Kellerman, I love him as well, but I would ask you to be careful because be very, very careful because you did pick the Raptors. You just gave another reason as to why you should have picked the Warriors because this is what I've been talking about when I'm talking about the Golden State Warriors. Not just their ability to shoot the ball, but the fact that they've got such a brilliant basketball mind at the forward spot, basically running your offense for you from time to time on the basketball court in Draymond Green. And how are the Toronto Raptors going to neutralize that? These are the kind of things that you have to pay attention to. When I think about the reserves that come off the bench, I'm thinking about the guy that's in their ear, instructing them on what to do, not just Steve Kerr or Mike Brown or one of those other assistant coaches. It's also Draymond Green, who's clearly, without question, your vocal leader on the floor, knows everything everybody is supposed to be doing, obviously knows how to play the game at a surreal level. And when you consider that he does it on both ends of the floor, not to mention the assists, not to mention the rebounds, not to mention the toughness, not to mention drawing offensive fouls. He does a lot of these different things. And so when you pay attention to all of that and you see how the Toronto Raptors have periodically gone about the business of struggling offensively, this is one of the reasons I've got trepidation about them. Because I'm looking at a Toronto Raptors squad that occasionally, defensively, they're always reliable. But offensively, we can point to the fact that somebody else, usually somebody else steps up. But what we're missing is the fact that somebody else usually has had to step up because the only reliable commodity that they have had on a game-in, game-out basis is Kawhi Leonard. Everybody else has been haphazard. That ain't the case with the Golden State Warriors. Those with expectations of a certain job description usually live up to their billing and do their job.
I think they're really going to need KD, though, and Draymond, of course, who you said has a first-rate basketball mind, obviously. I mean, the only real flaw Draymond has, other than the shooting's gone down in recent years a little bit, the only real flaw is sometimes he can't control his impulses, which is how he got, you call the stimulus package.
He's done that during these postseason, though.
Yeah, I mean, but LeBron baited him, and it worked. And if Draymond can also get that under control, then he's like the perfect power forward to have in this day and age. But he is going up against the team. He's talking about just offense, what he needs to do. And especially as Steph Curry's pick and roll partner, he's what makes them go, I said 1B, Steph Curry's 1A. But Jalen Rose pointed this out yesterday. There are big, long, excellent defenders that Draymond Green is going to have a whole lot of problems with when he's on offense and they're defending him. And I think that could be the key to the series. Now, his defense on Kawhi, along with Iguodala's and Clay's, yes, that's also something, and Draymond has value there. But he was specifically talking about the offensive end. And I think offensively, he's going to have problems against this Toronto defense. They could really use KD in this series.
All right, let me switch gears here for a moment. Stephen A., on your SportsCenter special, Doc Rivers joined you, and he made some news when he said that Kawhi Leonard is the closest thing we've seen to Michael Jordan. Do you like that comparison?
I didn't mind it at all because Doc Rivers didn't just throw that statement out there. As a coach, obviously a brilliant basketball mind in and of his own right, he explained exactly what he meant. He specifically said, I'm not saying that Kawhi Leonard is Jordan, but think about the attributes that the Kawhi Leonard brings to the table. The mid-range game, the patience, the ability to step away from the basket, hit, the ability to post up, huge, big hands as well, defends as well. Those are the kind of things that he's thinking about, the body, the strength. You could sit up there and beat him to his spots, and he still has the strength to push you off and make sure he gets to his spot, even if you get there before him. These are the kind of attributes that the Kawhi Leonard brings to the table. Other folks don't do that. LeBron James would defer to three-point shooting or a long-range perimeter shot. Steph Curry is not that kind of player. A guy like Kevin Durant, obviously with his long-range accuracy, he's not that kind of player. They beat you differently. But he was talking about the way in which Kawhi Leonard goes about beating you is eerily similar to how Michael Jordan would beat guys. And that obviously is true.
It is interesting to me. There are obviously Jordan similarities there. And it is interesting to me that you heard that from Jerry West like a year ago. You're hearing it from Doc Rivers now. We're hearing that the Clippers are the likely destination for Kawhi. I don't think that's coincidental. And Stephen A., the point is, while the things that Doc is saying may be true, his analysis is trenchant. The fact is, we've already seen a basic replica of Michael Jordan in Kobe Bryant. And I've been on the air saying, hey, under pressure, closing moments of finals and stuff like that, or playoff games rather, Kawhi is more clutch than Kobe was, right? Because Kawhi is more efficient. Kobe was great at taking and hitting low percentage shots, but still those were lower percentage shots. Kawhi finds himself higher percentage shots. So and Jordan was also even more efficient when it mattered most, like Kawhi. But guys, to say Kawhi is the most like Jordan is ridiculous. Kobe Bryant, there was a whole planet Earth of 7 billion people. Everyone wanted to be like Mike. One guy actually basically became Michael Jordan, and that was Kobe Bryant. Not quite as good, but almost. Stephen A., you've seen it on social media and on the internet. You see where they map on Kobe and Jordan, and you see them make the exact same move.
This is incentive for you to piggyback off of the Kobe Bryant thing again. Doc Rivers wasn't saying that Kawhi Leonard is most like Kobe in NBA history. No, Doc Jordan. Rivers was asked a direct question by yours truly about these NBA Finals. If Kobe were not retired and winning Academy Awards someplace else, then you would have an argument. But Kobe wasn't a part of the question because Kobe's not in the 2019 NBA Finals. I asked Doc Rivers that question about Kawhi in these finals. He wasn't comparing Kawhi to Kobe. He was talking about Kawhi in these finals.
Guys, if we could get the quote, research, if we could get the exact quote, I believe the quote was that he's the most like Jordan since Jordan. He's the closest thing to Jordan we've seen. And I'm saying that in these finals,
it was we have ever seen, Max, yep.
Yeah, he said that we have ever seen, the closest to Jordan, Stephen A. So I'm saying in these finals, yes. But come on, guys, are we going to pretend that Kobe Bryant wasn't, like, if Jordan was a 10, Kobe's a 9.9 like Jordan?
Yeah, and Kawhi gets to prove what he is tonight as well. We'll see if we have any Mamba mentality out there or be like Mike when the silent assassin gets on the court right here, right behind us, Scotiabank Arena, Game 1 tonight at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC and ESPN Deportes, with the Warriors going for the three-peat against the Raptors. Our Game 1 coverage tips with NBA Countdown. That's at 8:30, and both can be seen streaming live on the ESPN app from anywhere. Coming up next, the star of power, the one and only Omari Hardwick, will be on set. Can't wait to talk to him. That's next.